Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Tonight we have a very special topic to go over, and I'm excited about this because we have an incredible guest tonight on the show. Tonight we're going to talk about relationship polarity. My name is Shawn Pigg. I am a motivational speaker and an inspirational speaker. This is Kevin Boulton. He is part of a company called Warrior Mindset, and Kevin has practiced, drilled, and rehearsed the relationship. How would you want to say this? Like relationships for...
I would say it's the relationship dance.
The relationship dance. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are in a relationship, if you're in a marriage, if you're in a relationship with a significant other, and maybe you're experiencing some trauma or some, rocky roads, then this man right here is going to be the one that's going to give you advice to help you along your journey. So, everybody, please welcome Kevin.
Well, thank you, Shawn. Thank you very much. Let's hope that I can give you some advice that will help.
He's helped me, I assure you.
Most of the time I would tell you just to shut the fuck up and listen.
So this topic tonight is called relationship polarity. So I guess we're going to start off by saying, Kevin, if you can, explain to all the men and women out there, what exactly is relationship polarity?
Well, the old saying, opposites attract. So, you don't want to... Now, this is just for heterosexual relationships, okay? So typically, if you're a man, you don't want to be in a relationship with a man if you're heterosexual. That's the kind of relationship you want. You want to be attracted to a woman, and preferably, for most men, that would be a feminine woman. So, in stating that opposites attract, then we could probably say that masculine and feminine attract. And that if your woman is in her masculine, you're typically not attracted to her. And what happens over time with a lot of people is that, they get used to each other, and they get to the point where, the woman doesn't feel safe, for example. She doesn't feel like she's in an environment that she can step into her feminine because she's been single for a long period of time, and she's always had to be in that masculine state to take care of herself. So when a man comes along, he has to reassure her that she can relax into her femininity, and he creates that masculine space that she is going to be attracted to, and then she will become comfortable so she can step into that state.
So what you're saying, it's almost like the North Pole and a South Pole, or positive and negative.
Absolutely.
Type deal. Okay. So if you're in a relationship and you have a partner, let's say in our case we're males. Okay. Let's say we have a partner that's a female, and that female is in a masculine role because she's been doing that all her life. I'm also in a masculine role. That creates conflicts.
It does, and the thing is that when you have to operate in a feminine state, you are not going to be... It's very draining. It would exhaust you to operate in a feminine state.
And you're saying from a male's point of view.
From a male's point of view. And the same is true for a female. When she operates in a masculine state, it's exhausting for her. It wears her out. Now, I will give you an excellent example.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, get ready. Hey, I encourage you to grab your notebook, grab your pens, and take some notes, because this man right here is a relationship master, and he's gonna give you some advice.
I appreciate your vote of confidence in me. I'm not sure I'm a master. I've survived being married to a redheaded doctor.
A redhead? Whoa!
The reality is, when people go, "Oh, are you Harmony's husband?" I'm like, "No, I'm her handler." She's like grabbing a tiger by the tail. So I'll give you a great example.
Okay.
When I met my wife, she was in a relationship where she had to wear the pants of the family the whole time. And, I typically think I show up as a masculine male. And we had a conversation. I said, well, there can only be one head of household. And she goes, yeah, that's me. I'm like, oh, we're going to have some problems here. So I took and I said, if you will just back it down a notch and let me prove that you don't want to be the man in this relationship, then you will find it to be very comforting, and you will find it to be much more relaxing, and you don't have to be under this stress all the time. So what happened was we had a big fight, and we had numerous fights along the way because she did not want to relinquish what she thought was her power. She thought she was being powerful. Now the reality is that when a woman pulls out her sword and wants to sword fight with a man, the man's like, "Oh, cool, we're gonna sword fight.
Let's go down. Let's do it."
Yeah, he whips out his sword and he's like,
I got two of them.
Right, yeah, he double wields, you know. And he shreds her, you know, and she's like, "Shit, man, that was a bad move." But that's not what we want to do to someone we love, someone we care about. We don't want to shred them. We want to care for them. So the role of being able to stand in my masculinity and not fight with her, listen to her, keep my mouth shut a lot of times, and wait. A lot of times she'd come back the next day and apologize to me because she realized that she was being not nice.
So just to let everybody know, these videos are going to be done in 10-minute increments. So this one will be done in 10 minutes, and then we're going to go ahead and do part 2 and a part 3. So there's going to be 3 videos tonight. So be sure to go through all 3 videos. This is part 1. So Kevin, if you don't mind me asking, so what if she does not apologize? What if she doesn't understand that, you know, she is, you know, overpowering the masculinity role?
She can't really overpower the masculinity if you're a very strong man and you're aware of what's going on. She can't overpower that. But what she can do is challenge that constantly. And then that becomes...
Is that an ego?
It really is.
Okay.
You know, Shawn, to be honest with you, and a lot of women are not going to want to hear this, okay?
All right, women, hey, get ready.
You're not going to
and please, put your comments down. We want to hear you. We want to hear any, you know, anything you got to say. Please let us know.
Yeah. Typically, ego is what powers a man. It's what gives a man his drive. It's what makes him...
Competition.
Yeah, we love to compete with each other and go out and get shit done. Ego is what gets shit done in a man's world. But in a relationship, unfortunately, there's only enough room for one ego. And that's typically the man's ego. And I know, girls, women, you're not going to want to hear that. But if you listen up and you follow up with this, you'll understand exactly why. And you will understand where your real power lies. Your real power does not lie in being masculine at all.
Because
would you not do anything for a woman that knows how to ask you? Would you not slay any dragon for a woman that knows how to ask you?
Absolutely. If a woman's in a masculinity, it's becoming a competition, right?
And not a healthy competition.
Correct.
Yeah.
So let's say, and please leave your comments. We want to hear your feedback. How many men or women are going through this exact challenge in their relationship? We want to hear from you because we want to give our advice to you. We especially Kevin. Kevin, in my opinion, is a mastermind with relationships. He knows relationships. Look at the books behind us. He knows the law too. Now, so Kevin, if you have 2 masculine people in a relationship, that is sparking 2 egos, right or wrong?
It creates a war.
It creates a war.
Yeah. Where if the woman will feed the man's ego, and the man, every woman wants the man to be a fucking beast, okay? She wants him to be a killer. She wants to know that if someone comes into their house or tries to come into their house, that the frickin', like Beauty and the Beast, that the beast is going to frickin' stop whatever comes to damage their family or comes to hurt her. She wants that man to be a killer, okay? She don't want to go out and kill people, but she wants to know that she's sleeping with a masculine killing machine. And that's physically what we're built for. We're built for the dirty work. Mm-hmm. We're built for going out and hunting and killing and slaying and cutting and bringing the meat home. That's what we're built for. Genetically, you know, it's in our gene pool to be there.
So what do we do if I'm in my masculine role and the female is also in a masculine role? You've said that you've already had relationships in that like, similar to this, especially with your current wife, correct? So what do we do as men to make them relax so we can do what we have to do and they do what they're supposed to do, you know, as far as the feminine and masculine part?
Well, I think one of the first things you want to do is you do not want to fight with your woman. You just don't. It's just not. It's not healthy. It's not productive.
And she's going to win anyways.
It doesn't matter whether she wins or not. She's going to think she won.
Yeah.
You know, it's not healthy for them. It's not healthy for us to be that way with them. It's not healthy for her, for us to be that way. So the best thing we can do is step back, breathe, listen, and understand that she's like the ocean. There's times she's calm and beautiful and blissful, and there's times she's wild. You know, and you have to be able to appreciate and feel into all of that and go, okay, this is my woman. This is how she is. And just don't fucking take it personally. Even if she makes it personal. You're a piece of blah, 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 blah. You're like, anything else? Well, you didn't take garbage
So
out 2 weeks ago.
how do you develop that kind of patience to be able to sit there? Because you as a man, also we're masculine, so we want to say, okay, no, here, this is where we're at, this is the rule, or whatever it may be. How do you develop that patience to not turn into an argument?
Well, you have to understand that everything in the world around us is feminine. And we're at 11 minutes. Do you want to stop?
Yes. Yep.
Stay tuned for the next one.
Yep.
We'll get ready
Part
to
2
record
is coming
next.
up. Everybody, please leave your comments. Go to the next video, and we're going to be doing this in 10-minute increments.